السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلاب الصف العاشر الانسبير، إن شاء الله هنبدأ اليوم شرح هيكل الانسبير الصف العاشر، منهج الفيزياء. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بيقول لي هنا state، قال لي Ohm's law and applied it to simple circuit. لما يكلمني عن السمبل سيركت لازم أبقى فاهم إزاي أرسم أصلا سيركت. بص معايا كده معايا. أول حاجة أنا معايا هنا resistant اللي هي الأر، معايا كمان هنا أميتر. اميتر دايما بتوصل سيريز، ما بتوصلش باراليل، يعني هنا بوزيتيف هنا نيجاتيف. معايا كمان قال لي باتري، والباتري تحاول تعملها كذا حاجة معاك مش حاجة واحدة. طيب أنا معايا باتري، في بعد الباتري ممكن أوصل هنا فولتمتر أو ممكن أوصله هنا، مش هتفرق. هنا لو عايز تقيس الفولتج فور الباتري، وهنا لو عايز تقيس الفولتج للريزيستنت. معايا بعد كده بقية الدايرة. طيب ممكن يقول لك وصل لي مثلا لامب. طيب ممكن يقول لك مثلا انا عايز باتري، عايز وايرز، وعايز اميتر، عايز فولتمتر، عايز ريزيستور. طيب انا عندي هنا ده الفولتمتر بتوصل باراليل والاميتر بتوصل سيريز. ده كان اول بوينت. يعني هو ممكن يطلب مني رو، ممكن عادي. طيب ده شكل من الاشكال. ممكن يقول لك مثلا we have a three resistant, all of them are connected, get us مثلا everyone it was 5 ohm, we need to get مثلا 7.5. حتة 7.5 من 3 ohms أو 3 resistant كل واحدة ب 5، يعني ده 5 وده 5 وده 5. فحضرتك لازم تبقى فاهم اللي انت لما توصل اتنين باراليل انت كده هتاخد واحدة على هاف. يعني ايه؟ يعني تاخد نص، يعني هنا هتبقى 2.5 لو وصلت الاتنين باراليل. طيب ده باراليل وهنا 1 سيريز، دول هتعمل بلس، يبقى انا عندي هنا التوتال ريزيستنس بلس 7.5. ماشي، دي اللي حلها. طيب انا عايز هنا 3 ريزيستنت all of them مثلا، ادالي رقم، قال لي مثلا lesser than 1، يعني التلاتة مجموعهم هيبقى اقل من واحدة. في الحالة ده هي لازم توصل التلاتة باراليل. لو انت جيت وصلتهم سيريز مش هينفع، يبقى ده 5 وده 5 وده 5. يبقى if we needed and resistance less than the amount of one resistance، يعني عايز كمية هتبقى أقل من واحدة بس، يبقى مفيش غيرهم اللي أنت توصلهم التلاتة بارلل. higher than double، أعلى من الدبل، خلاص يبقى أنت كده هتوصلهم كلهم سيريز. وده ممكن أقصى حاجة ممكن يوصل بيها معاك في حكاية الدرو، وحكاية إن هو يتوصل إزاي بارلل، حكاية إزاي توصل سيريز. هيجي لك كمان تحسب له الريزيستنت. وتعالى نشوف تكملة القانون أصلا عندك، أو تكملة الكويشن عندك هنا في نمبر 1. قال لك يوز مين؟ قال لي دلتا في ايكوال اي ار. وكمان عندك هنا and define resistor as device designed to have a special resistance. امم عايزك تعرف انت بتستخدمه كسبيشال resistance. and identify SI unit for ohm، اللي انت تعرف لي وحدة الأوم. تعال نشوف الكلام ده. مبدئيا كده انا عندي هنا الاي as a current. الكرنت اليونت بتاعته امبير. ماشي، وبعدين قال لي انا عندي هنا في فولتج، وده فرق الجهد بيبقى دلتا في between مين؟ قال لي between two wires مثلا، او between two resistors، between الباتري. طيب اي فرق جهد معناه ايه اصلا؟ قال لي معناها ان الفولتج الناحيه دي مثلا هنا 50 وهناك مثلا ب 20، فانا عايز البوتنشال ديفرنت هيبقى دلتا في ايكوال هنا 30. ليه؟ لان هنا فولتج 50 وهنا 20، فبيطرح العمليه. انا ما بشوفش الكلام ده، ما بشوفش ان هو كان فيه 50 وكان فيه 20، لا انا بحصل على ريزيستنت من الاخر. اخر حاجه بوصل لها اللي هي بكام؟ قال لي 50 ماينس 20 وخلص. ما بحصلش بقى على الاولانيه ولا الثانيه ولا قيمه دي بكام ولا غير كده، لا لا لا. انا كل اللي انا بحصل عليه ان القيمه بتاعتي للريزيستنت والفاليو بتاعتها بس، مش بحصل على اي حاجه تانية. طيب يا مستر، لو جالي مثلا يقول لي يا مستر انا عايز قيمه حاجه زي مثلا ريزيستنت، اور مثلا لو قال لي هات لي مثلا عايز اميتر، او عايز فولتمتر، او عايز مثلا اي حاجه من الريزيستنس. طيب يا مستر، يبقى انا عندي هنا اول حاجه بنبدا ندور على مين؟ قال لي على الماتر اللي انا عايز. عايز الاماونت بتاعتها بكام مثلا؟ عايز 10 فولت، عايز 20 فولت، عايز 100، على حسب انا محتاج ايه بالظبط. فانت تبدا تدور على مين؟ قال لي على الماترز، what we need or why we need this, the amount، الاماونت دي equal كام، all these points. طيب if he asked us also if we have an resistor، والريزستور عندي هنا قال لي connected series with an battery. طيب هعمل ايه لو انا لقيته بيقول لي connected with the battery from A to B or from A to C؟ طيب let's go. Firstly we should having an resistant 1 5 with resistant 2 مثلا 20. Both of them are connected مين دلوقتي؟ قال لي connected series. How much is the total resistant R equal 25. Why؟ دي اسمها R equivalent. طيب here R equivalent equal R1 plus R2 5 plus 20. It was equal 25 ohm. So the resistance it was equal 25. He asked us also. And a question page here it was 93, 94, 93. Okay. So here he asked about a car battery cause a current through lamp and produce 12 across. It shows the figure 4. What is the power used? What is the power used in the lamp? طيب أنا عايز هنا الباور. P equal I V. Why V? What's the power? There is 3 law for power. P equal I square R. P equal V square over R. I equal R. Here how much it was. So P equal 12 multiplied to it was 24. ampere. Power, it was used it as amount, it was volt ampere or ampere volt, and the other unit it was watt. Here the current through that bulb which are here connected, and he asked about the amount here of the percentage efficiency. So the amount here we can calculating the amount, but all this question it was going to calculate it by I V equal B. It was not the point what he asked about. Maybe this book is different in pages, cause here he asked about state Ohm law. So Ohm law it was not here V equal IR. Let's go to search for that point here electric power P equal IV. So we should find IR. Here's the resistant. Mm, page 35. So maybe draw a circuit voltage, draw arrow diagram indicated the current. Here drawing that what I talk about. Here how to draw an amount draw circuit. It was 60 volt and the battery it was ammeter and resistant it was 12.5 ohm. The series draw arrow on your diagram indicate the direction of the current. So he needed to indicate the direction. Firstly, we should knowing that here we having an battery. First, this battery connected with this he need ammeter. So ammeter and the resistor it was 12.5 ohm series draw arrow also diagram. Here it was that shape. How much is the voltage? It was 60 volt. What if I need to calculate it current? I equal V over R. Because we have a triangle. It was V, I, and R. So now I needed I over V over R. So it was an ampere, the amount of the current. How much it was? It was here 60 over 12.5. So the amount it may be 4. 12.5, no, it was not 4. 12.5, it was 650, was maybe 4.9, maybe, because 12 only, multiplied 5, it was 60. So it may be 4.9, 4.8, like that, ampere. Here also a circuit diagram showing 4.5 volt battery and resistor and an ammeter that reads 85 milliampere. Milli, that means we should multiply this amount of milliampere. It was multiplied 10 power -3 to change it from milliampere to ampere. Multiplied 10 power 3. So when he asked to show the direction of the current, it was using the conventional and rules. So let's go to see how we can do this. So he needs the circuit. It was here battery and a resistor, ammeter, and this ammeter it was 85 milliampere. Show the direction of the current conventional, and the rule indicated the positive terminal out of battery. Here was a positive, positive moving like that. Cause here positive, here negative. Let's go to the question. What he said in that one. Yes, here we go. The first one, it was talking about the resistant. Yes, that one. What he mentioned in that paper. He mentioned what? He mentioned that the resistant equal V over I. So he need to know what amount of that volt, here voltage, here current, here it was a meter, here voltmeter, that device. But we don't need that amount of the current or ammeter. We needed only the current and voltage. No need for ammeter or voltmeter now. We all of them are just devices which are used it. Here, this important length. So the length it was at difference. Why? Because if we increase the length, if we increase the length, the amount of that value, it will increase. Yes, we will increase. Look, resistance will increase because the length it was increased. So it was directly proportional with the resistance. The next one, cross-sectional. It was inversely. Why? If we increase the area, the amount of the resistant, it was decrease. If we increase, so the temperature, it was also directly proportional. So we have length, we have the temperature. Material, the higher one, it was silver. It was have lower resistance, silver. The higher one, it was that platinum. This important. Here he talking about the question 2 and Ohm law, which are important, and he mentioned in the paper. So here's the resistance and the amount of ohm, 1 ohm. It was the amount of one current or a charged 1 ampere, and it was the potential different 1 volt. It was applied across the resistance. So the symbol of that circuit, it was relating resistance. So that mean current and potential difference, both of them, current resistant, directly proportional to the voltage. Why directly proportional? V equal IR. If we increase current, the amount of voltage will increase. If we increase the resistance, the amount of the voltage will increase also. Both of them are directly proportional. يعني كانوا الاتنين بيتوصلوا مع بعض على توالي أو توازي، مش هتفرق. اللي بيفرق عندي إن amount of current, if it was increased, the amount of resistance, the amount of voltage will increase too. Amount of resistance increase, the amount of voltage will increase also. It doesn't change it to lower. If we lower here, we lower here. If we increase here, we increase. The ohm. It was used from that German, which are called George Ohm, and here we obey Ohm's law. So here he asked us an question. Internal circuit that which used it for reducing and firstly we have internal circuit. We have reduced voltage. We can increase voltage resistance. How we can increase? So here there are two ways to decrease current. Firstly, by increasing voltage. Secondly, we can using another thing. Here we can calculating potentiometer and switch motor, and this potentiometer, it was an variable resistant. It was changed. We can increase and decrease. We can control inside it potentiometer. This the first questions he mentioned. That amount here of current, amount here of voltage, what is the current through? Yes, he can get us questions like this. Firstly, we have a voltage. We should get symbols here. It was 12 volt, and here it was the resistance. It was 33 ohm. So we should calculate it, the current. How much is the current? Current, it was voltage over resistance. And here it was voltage 12 volt over resistant. How much? It was 33. So we can calculating easily the amount of the voltage and the current. It was maybe in 2.7 maybe or 6, something like that. Ampere. Here another and resistor. It was that ampere. And the circuit when it was opened by the battery, it was what is the resistance of the resistor circuit. Here he need that uh, resistant from this resistor. What should we do? We needed R. R equal V over I. What is the V? It was the voltage over the current. How much is the voltage? Voltage it was 3 over 2 multiplied 10 power negative 4 to that it was 3 over 2 multiplied 10 power 4. It was maybe 1.5 times 10 power 4 ampere. Ampere? No, it was resistant. So oh, also we can this one lamp motor battery. We can get the current easily. The voltage. What is the voltage of the resource? We have V and we need it. We have I. It was equal that current. It was equal 3.8. We needed a resistance. It was here 32. So how much is the voltage? V equal IR. So I it was 3.8. R resistance it was 32. So we can find that the amount here of that resistor was 32 and that current it was 3.8. So we multiplied both of them to get what? To get that the amount of voltage. So also we have another thing which are talking about a lamp draws a current of 0.5. It was the amount here mm, ampere. I we focus on two things: that unit and that name. Current ampere, voltage. He not mentioned, but he said V, so it was the voltage. What is the resistance of the lamp? Firstly, we should calculate it R equal V over I. So the amount of the voltage, it was 120. Over that current, it was 0.5. It may be 240 that we added 0, we remove it. So it was 240 ohm. What is the power? Power, it was easy. We can set I square V I square R or IV. IV first. Was half multiply 120. We should change 0.5 multiplied 120. It was maybe 60 as ampere. Okay. We still having a lamp. It was connected. And what is that current? It was easily I equal. Here, when we get the bar and we get that amount of voltage, so what is the current in the lamp? Uh, 75. So it was easily that power. It was what? So the power over volt was the current. Because we have an P I V. I need I. So it was P over V. So how much it will be? It will be I equal P as a power. How much it was? 75 over I. It was 125. Going to be 0.6 or 0.7. Like similar between both of them. Ampere. So a resistor added to the lamp in that previous problem. So here we added a resistor. Okay. Making the current half. So now the current which we used it was now 0.4, make it 0.35. Okay, we can have a calculator. Just wait. Mm, let's have this. So I had mentioned that amount it was 0 point here. It was how much? It was 0. It was here. This B was equal P equal IV. I needed I. It was equal V over B over B. So how much is the bar was 0.75 75 over 125. 75 over 125 0.6 as I said before. There, so we can't confuse between this and that. So it was 0.6 as ampere. Okay, he asked us here again. We needed to make it halved. It's the current half its original here. So we will having 0.3 now as ampere. Okay. What he asked? He asked about the potential difference. How much is this one? If we halved the current by the voltage. So if we had used it, the power, it was not a change. Why? Because we across the lamp. So firstly here, it was the same. The lamp, it was having the same. It was not changed as a power. But we decrease the current. So how much the voltage will be? So it will increase. So let's see. 0.3 75 over 70 75 over 0.3. It was 250. It was increased mm, to double. If we decrease the current, the voltage increased to double. He asked how much the resistor which added. So we should use the VIR. I need resistance now. So it was V over I. How much is the voltage? Voltage it was 250 over current it was 0.3. So it having 250 over 0.3 for again not minus over. It was 833.3. How much was 833? What is this called? This is called an amount of voltage, of resistance, sorry. Also, at what rate does lamp transform electrical energy into radiant and thermal energy? So he asked about what rate does lamp transform the amount of the resistance which make it the value decreased till becoming an amount less than